Police officers are often required to wear a body camera and have it turned on during incidents. But what happens when they forget that the body cam is rolling?
Touch
What
me.
are you trying to say?
Because if you didn't have, you touched me.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to leave.
You're trying to
Just
leave.
go. Just go.
I'm trying to leave.
Just go, 'cause it's not good for you.
It's not good for me. It's not good for you.
Get lost.
I'm going.
Go.
I'm going.
Bye.
I'm going.
Here's a crazy example of what cops are really like when they think they're not being recorded. On June 9th, Long Island Audit found himself at the Danbury, Connecticut Public Library, camera in hand, documenting his surroundings. However, his filming came to an abrupt halt when library security personnel approached him, instructing him to power off his camera. And then, this happened. Take a look.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm alright, how are you? It's not allowed here to take your photos or videos, okay? You need the permission from the administration about that.
So it's not allowed to take photos or videos here?
Inside, no.
Wait, who do I need permission from?
Administration.
From administration? Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
In a distant time in Soviet Russia, the government held a tight grip on public spaces like the iconic Red Square, airports, and even libraries. To gain access to these places, one needed special permits, making them feel almost like forbidden territories. Contrastingly, in the United States, such stringent laws never found their footing. The First Amendment, with its cherished right to free press, stood as a formidable shield against any attempt to restrict access to public spaces. While some libraries and similar facilities had their own rules that required permission to film, they paled in comparison to the might of the law. After a brief exchange of words, the guard resorted to the ultimate measure, a call to the Danbury Police Department, which led to multiple police officers arriving to the scene.
How's it going, sir?
Hey, how you doing, officers?
Good.
Not bad.
Can I get your names and badge numbers?
Sure, can I have your ID, please?
No, you can't.
Excuse me.
Have you not heard that before?
I've heard it plenty of times. It's just, I'm surprised because, well, my name and my badge number is right here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you see it?
Tibbets?
Yep,
I keep-
640.
The pen is blocking the number.
Oh.
640?
Yep.
And Dennis 647. So what I'm doing here is a First Amendment protected activity.
That's great.
I'm recording. I know you don't care, sir, but listen, if you violate that in any way and interfere with that,
I'm
you
not
will,
violating it. They asked you to leave.
Yeah, but that they can't ask me to leave. This is a public library. Can I speak to a supervisor, please?
Frustration mounted as the man, driven by their mission to safeguard civil rights and hold the government accountable, found themselves met with open disdain from certain members of the public. It was a tough situation, with emotions running high on both sides. In an attempt to diffuse the tension and foster a more productive dialogue, the man decided to request the presence of a supervisor. It's just funny how the officer reacts when the auditor doesn't want to provide his ID, as if he's hurt by his words. Anyways, let's continue.
Dennis, can I please speak to a supervisor? I would appreciate that.
Yeah, they're out.
Where's that at? Can I see it?
Oh, you guys got body cameras. Great. So maybe a supervisor will be better.
Supervisor, you got 4 cops here. Relax.
But I'm asking you for a supervisor.
You don't need one. You don't need one.
Okay.
Right now.
You can't turn up constitutionally protected activity into a crime, sir. Unfortunately, as much as you would like to.
Even if it's not a crime, it's creepy as heck.
I'm going to request a supervisor again.
In a minute.
I'm going to request one. I'm pretty sure your policy, if I go home and look at your policy, and I'm pretty sure if I request a supervisor, you guys should call one, correct? So, I'm going to request a supervisor again.
Now, by this point, it's pretty obvious that those cops don't want to call the supervisor, perhaps because they are well aware that they are indeed in the wrong. Let's see what happens after a bit of chatting.
I would appreciate if you guys can get a supervisor down here.
In a minute. You don't rule the roost here right now.
Yeah, no, I'm just requesting a supervisor just for
In a minute.
because you guys are a little bit hostile. I can see the tyrant in you, Utter.
Oh, yeah.
You're a real tyrant.
Yeah.
I can see it in your eyes.
In law enforcement experience.
Yeah.
I'm still here, but I'm a tyrant.
24 years ago, in a time when cameras weren't as readily available, the auditor would perhaps have faced a different and potentially perilous situation. It's quite possible that back then, attempting to document certain events or circumstances could have resulted in physical harm, or even worse. But that's a story for another time, a tale of the past. In the present, though, Mr. Tibbets, the library's custodian of rules and regulations, found himself meticulously perusing the library's policy. His intent was clear. He was on the lookout for any valid reason that would allow him to remove the auditor from the premises for filming.
Hey, Tibbets.
Officer Tibbets.
Tibbets. The policies, they don't supersede law. Just so you know that. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It goes law, goes the Constitution, law, then policies.
I have
Okay.
no idea.
Okay. And I have a constitutional right to be filming here. So
Okay.
great. So
I
I'm just
know
letting you
that.
know. Oh, I'm letting you know because
No idea.
you don't know the Constitution,
No, I
obviously.
don't.
So
Obviously, I don't. No
you
idea.
took an oath to it though, Tibbets.
Jeez.
You can just see how annoyed this cop is by the situation, and with the auditor confronting and recording him. And the fact that he's only calling him by his name and not including officer in front of it makes it even worse.
Dude, why you gotta be
Dude,
such a
why
tyrant?
You gotta be such a tyrant. See what I'm doing there?
Acting like a child?
Yeah. So we go.
Acting like a child.
Did you get permission when you post that video of these people?
Don't eat it. They're in
You don't
public.
need it?
Yeah, they're in public. Don't eat it. See, you're learning something here today, man. Come on.
This is not going to end well with you. You know that.
Okay, we'll see. We
No,
will see.
I'm telling you.
We will see.
Okay.
I'm not scared of you.
I know
You're
you're
not supposed to be scared of us.
I don't care. I'm
Okay,
just
great.
saying.
Great. Because listen, before you guys even arrest me, the thing that's gonna happen is you have to tell me to leave, right?
No.
So
no. No. We're in charge here. Okay.
yeah, you're gonna
So
tell
now
me to
we-
leave, and then
You're
what,
gonna have to
what
give us
you're
an
gonna
ID.
do?
If you don't give us an ID, you're
Not
gonna
gonna
have to go.
happen.
Then you're gonna have to go.
Not
down
gonna
to
happen.
the-
I'm not
just
breaking
telling
any
you.
laws.
Yes, you're breaking their law, and they need to find out who you are. So
They're gonna
when you
love.
come back.
They're gonna love that you said
It's
that.
trespassing.
To get my ID, you need reasonable, articulable suspicion that I've
That's
committed
what it is.
that I've committed a crime.
You have.
What crime have I committed?
If you're not going to give me your ID, you're interfering with the duties of a police officer.
After a long wait, the supervisor actually arrives to the scene and the confrontation begins. Let's see how it plays out.
How you doing? Good. Nice to meet you, sir. Hey,
So, according to our...
can I just say Sergeant Dickinson?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so they would like you to leave
Okay.
at this point?
Sergeant,
you
if
wanna-
I
Hey, how about
so
you let the sword speak?
okay.
Do you
How
wanna-
about you mind your business?
Are you going to leave?
Hold on.
Are you going to leave, yes or no?
If I don't leave, will I be arrested?
Yes, you're trespassing. At this
Okay,
point.
I'm gonna leave then,
Okay.
because you're under threat of arrest.
That's
I'm
correct, yes.
under threat of arrest. I'm going to leave. And no, you do not.
Hold on.
Well, don't touch me.
Hold on.
Don't touch. No, you
We
don't.
have
to
No, you
identify.
don't.
We have to
I have
identify.
not committed a crime.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't. Listen, man,
You're
don't.
gonna go.
You're touching me,
They asked you to leave.
They asked you to leave,
and I'm
you
leaving
refused to
under
leave.
threat of arrest.
Okay, you're refusing to provide identification to us. We need
Because
to
I
identify
haven't
you, because
committed
if
a
you
crime.
Come back here because they don't want you coming back here.
Sergeant,
we
I
need to
haven't
identify
committed
you.
Sergeant, I haven't committed a crime. Unless I've committed a crime, I don't have to show you ID, sir.
Did they ask you to leave? Yes or no?
You just told
They
me right
asked you to
now.
leave and you refused.
That's
I'm
a
not.
crime.
That's not. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Okay.
They said that. They asked you to leave.
This is a
and you wouldn't
public.
leave.
This is a public building.
That is a crime.
This is a public building.
That's great, but they asked you to leave and you
Same thing
wouldn't
like
leave.
Walmart, same type
No,
of
no, no.
thing.
It's not the
Well,
same
it
thing,
is
sir,
kind of-
because
it
it's a
is kind of
public
same
building.
thing, but
It's
you are
it's
disrupting- you are
taxpayer
disrupting
funded.
in their
And this is
opinion.
their building. They make the rules here. They
So
decided
are you
were
Sergeant
violating the rules.
Sergeant Dickinson? If I don't give you ID, are you going to arrest me?
As you can see, the situation is getting more and more heated, and the officers begin threatening the auditor with arresting him. They still want his ID though, but he's not willing to give it. So the conversation continues.
Well, so we're trying to... like-
Because I'm gonna leave because you just gave me a lawful. You just said gave me an unlawful order
But
that
this-
under threat of arrest.
Well, this
Which I'll be
this may
filing
have happened
complaints.
Before. What I'm trying to figure out is what happened before. If they asked you to leave beforehand, before I talked to you,
I'm not.
then you're actually committing a crime.
But who? Yeah, but I'm not. They didn't. I'm not saying that they asked me to leave.
So,
Okay,
hold
did
up.
you
You
ask
don't.
him to
Yeah,
leave?
you don't know that.
He asked you to
Gentlemen
leave.
asked you to leave.
It was all the way recording.
Okay, so all I'm asking.
Something like this.
Listen, all I'm. This
then
is.
what did he say
You're
when you
making
asked him to
Sergeant.
leave?
Sergeant, can I have a conversation with you,
Okay, he
please?
said he wouldn't
Can we
leave.
can we de-escalate and have a
We're
conversation,
trying
please?
to, yes.
All right. So what I'm doing here is I'm press, right? I'm working on a story in the public library. I'm engaging in a First Amendment protected activity, a constitutionally protected activity. I do this quite often.
Okay.
I know for a fact that policy does not trump the law. You can't make a, like, for example, you can't make a policy that says no fat guys allowed in the library
Correct.
because that would be discriminating,
Well,
right?
yes, but
So
that'd be more of a civil side of the whole.
exactly, and this is the civil side. You'll be violating my civil, just by telling me to leave under threat of arrest, you're violating my civil rights.
Well,
We're not violating your civil rights. They're
I'm talking
asking
to
you
the
leave.
sergeant, and I'm talking to the
All right,
sergeant,
and
and I
I'm
want to
telling
have
you.
a good.
That's
I'm
right
talking to
here.
the sergeant, and I want to have a
Have you
good.
seen it?
Honestly, sir, it's irrelevant
Because I
to
can
me.
read this.
No, it's fine.
This is from because it is.
But policy
under the
doesn't
city-
trump law, sir. That's all I'm trying to tell you. All I'm trying to tell you, and unless I've had committed a crime, you cannot get my ID, sir. That's all I'm saying.
The officers apparently keep touching him, despite the auditor telling them to stop. But what's even worse is that they keep on trying to read the library policy, even though the auditor keeps telling them there's nothing of value to the situation in there.
Don't touch me again, man. Seriously.
Listen, we tell you not to go anywhere, you don't go nowhere. You understand?
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Do you understand that, though?
I'm telling. Do you understand
I'm telling
that I told you not to touch me?
Do you understand that?
Don't touch me.
You don't leave until we say so.
Don't touch me. Nobody's scared of you, Tibbets.
No one's supposed to be scared of me. I'm talking over you because you keep yapping.
In the midst of the library's tense situation, the supervisor took charge, carefully dissecting the library's policy to determine the best course of action. As the discussion intensified, the pressure of potential legal consequences loomed over the auditor, casting a shadow of uncertainty. With the threat of arrest hanging in the air, he ultimately made the decision to reveal his identity.
Under threat of arrest, I will provide you with my ID. I'm going to go in my pocket now and grab my ID. You're getting a complaint on you, and unfortunately, even though you've been reasonable, you still violated my rights here today, sir, and I'll be pointing a complaint on you. Complaint on you. Everybody's getting a complaint, and I will be filing a lawsuit with the city because everybody's getting a complaint. You're a real bozo. You're a real bozo, man. You're a real bozo. You're a real bozo.
It's me, sir. That hurts my feelings.
You guys are both bozos and tyrants. You know that? I got freedom. You're gonna limit my speech. You're gonna limit my speech now.
We're gonna handle this in a business manner, okay?
They're not acting professional at all. They don't listen to you. You've told him to shut up like 3 times, and you don't listen. You don't listen. He said, "Let him handle it."
You told him to shut up. Shh. No, you told me to
Let the big boys talk. There you go. You're a tyrant. That's why. You're a tyrant.
I'm the one down here harassing libraries.
I'm not harassing anybody. I'm a journalist gathering content for a story.
Get a real job.
Yeah. Protect and serve. You're a public servant. Learn your place.
Yeah. Okay.
Learn your place.
I'm asking you too.
Stay in your lane, buddy.
Listen, I am in my lane. I'm a free citizen here. They haven't been treating me with respect since I got here. They haven't been treating me with respect since I got here, sir. So the respect, the respect has gone out the window already. I have freedom of speech to say whatever I want to these
I already
officers.
explained to this guy why he had to leave. All right.
After the long and intense conversation, with a bunch of back and forth bullying, rights abusing, etc., the auditor finally makes the decision to leave the library. But things don't end there, as the officers follow him outside and the incident continues.
Get out.
Where's my trespass warning?
I'll send it to you in the mail. Take care.
Take care, Officer Bozo.
You gotta go. Get off the property.
You can absolutely film the outside of the building from a public street if you want. Watch yourself, dude.
You didn't have that badge and you touched me? If you didn't have that badge and you touched me?
What is that? What are you trying to say?
dude.
Don't touch me.
What are you trying to say?
Because if you didn't have, you touched me.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to leave.
You're trying to
Just
leave.
go. Just go.
I'm trying to leave.
Just go, 'cause it's not good for you.
It's not good for me. It's not good for you.
Get lost.
I'm going.
Go.
I'm going.
Bye.
I'm going.
Yeah,
going.
because you lose your temper,
I'm
you
going.
start threatening officers.
I'm not threatening. You're a douchebag.
Just go.
You're a
Yeah, I'm a
douchebag. Yup. Is that against the law? I'm going. I'm going off the property right now.
Now, the cops get a little more aggressive and even start getting into the auditor's face, acting like real douchebags. You'd think the altercation ends here, but well, you're wrong. Take a look at how it all ends.
The law protects me to do what I do. You understand?
No.
It's a constitutionally protected
Put that
activity.
on your YouTube feed because
It's
you're
constitutionally protected
You're
activity.
wrong.
If I went in there and I was acting like an asshole,
You're wrong.
Don't touch me. Don't touch
wrong.
me. Don't touch me. Hey, I want to file a complaint against him, Sergeant.
All right, thanks,
he just
Sergeant.
grabbed my arm. Sergeant, he just grabbed my arm. I want to file a complaint. Sergeant.
Following the incident, as the commotion settled down, one of the officers inadvertently left his body camera on. It captured Officer Utter, a seasoned beat cop with an impressive 24 years of experience, but an absence of promotions to leadership positions, sharing his candid thoughts. With years of service behind him and a lack of upward career advancement, Officer Utter's frustration became apparent. Take a look.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Okay, listen. If he comes back on the property,
Hey, I want to file a complaint against him, Sergeant.
All right, thanks,
He just
Sergeant.
grabbed my arm. Sergeant. Sergeant.
Is he still here?
I want to file a complaint.
I'll wait for him.
Where's Steve go?
He peaced out a while ago.
I hate fucking people.
I know. He's a fucking one.
I'm telling you right now, fucking 5 years ago with this shit,
Oh,
he would have been on the fucking ground. Absolutely. 10, 15, 20 years ago, that motherfucker would be dead. He'd be fucking, his teeth would be missing.
Officer Utter's unintentional revelation might have just placed him in a precarious position. With 24 years of experience in law enforcement, his remarks hinted at some troubling possibilities. He mentioned a time when body cameras and widespread cell phone cameras weren't around to expose misconduct, suggesting that in the past, officers could potentially get away with dishonesty or brutality. Officer Utter's statement suggesting that the auditor might have faced severe mistreatment or even death 2 decades ago raises questions about his past involvement in or witnessing of tragic incidents involving citizens defending their civil rights. It remains uncertain whether he was using hyperbole or recounting a real experience. Regardless, the recorded conversation highlights a concerning culture within the police force, one that appears to harbor hostility toward the public. Now, Officer Utter is under scrutiny, and he could face consequences for his words, particularly because the audio was made public. In response, the auditor took action, filing formal complaints against the officers featured in the video and issuing a notice of intent to sue.